Hey guys, today we're going to be doing an unboxing for some of the new Set 5 stuff. So we're going to start with the special pack. The promo Janemba in here. Reality Bender Janemba. It's got critical and deflect 20,000 and it can make itself pretty cheap. But it's always going to be bounced at the end of the turn, so it's not going to dominate the field for too long. But it does continue that sort of mill effect that we're seeing with Janemba. So that's pretty cool. And then as far as what's in the boosters, got Roshi, which is blocker barrier, but at that weird 19,000 number. Quick Thinking Gotenks, who I like a lot. He's got critical Union Fusions, pretty easy for 2. There's plenty of Gotens and Trunkses that'll do it. And he draws you some cards, so that's nice. Infernal Messenger, just some 17 spice. Look at the top 10 cards from your deck. Choose up to 2 Android 17 or Hellfighter or Super 17 cards from them. Add to your hand. Sure, so just some hand advantage. Just some searching. It's tutoring. Got a Goten. End of your turn, return this card to its owner's hand. That's kind of cool, I guess. I mean, the very worst case scenario is it comes out, kills a Saiyan Kaba or something, and then jumps back to your hand, and then you can use it to play like a Quick Thinking Gotenks. But I don't see a whole lot to do with this guy. Got a Puar. When you combo with him from the battle area, you can add 1 card from your life to your hand. Okay, so he's Self-Awakening. Choose up to 1 red Yamcha. Okay, I'm not super familiar with what Yamcha is, but if we find a Yamcha, we can kind of compare it with him. Hidden Feelings, we got our first Desire. So choose up to 2 Android cards with energy cost 3 or less and switch them to active mode. Again, I'm not sure how this one's going to play out, but the Desires are pretty good with the new leaders. Defensive Stance, Super Saiyan Vegeta, got the GT Super Combo. Sparking 5, so you don't need, with a lot of these new Super Combos, you don't actually need the life to be at 4 or less. You just need Sparking 5. And a lot of people have thought that's like hardly a price to pay, but at the same time, you're giving up a lot of your ability to overwhelm cards. So, but I think for a lot of these Wish leaders, you'll find that you don't want to kill yourself the whole game like we do right now. And I think the Sparking Super Combos will make a lot more sense. Got another Desire. We got a Child's Wish. Leader card is Shenron. Choose something from your drop with 15 or less and play it. Sure. Got a green Frieza. When you play this card, choose up to 1 card in your life and add it to your hand. Okay, sure. So it's a like a crappy Gohan. Whatever. Jocko. Just a yellow super combo. Nothing super special here. Super Saiyan Son Goku. He's a 20,000 for 2. So we're seeing more of those now. Numbers have just started bumping up. And we got Phantom Strike Janemba. We got a rare, but I really like this new, I don't know if you can see that super well, the triangles. It's nice. It's got critical when it's sent from a battle area to a warp. That's interesting that it's a warp. Choose up to 1 of your opponent's battle cards and send it to its owner's warp. Then look at the bottom card of your deck and add 1 Janemba card from it to your hand and shuffle your deck. Man, that is a paragraph. So then you can send this card to its owner's warp. If your opponent has 4 more energy and Janemba card isn't in play in your battle area, choose up to 1 Janemba card with energy cost of 5 from your hand and play it. Okay, so without seeing other Janembas right off the bat, this is just a whole lot of words on a card. 20k critical isn't bad, and the effects look abusable, but we'll see if we get any other Janembas here. And obviously you can go to the website and compare these things. You can see like what 5-cost Janembas there are. But we're just opening stuff. Tiny Warrior Son Goku. And Pilaf. So Pilaf is a green leader. When one of your battle cards attacks once per turn, it gets 5,000 power for the duration of the battle, and then you get one Dragon Ball card from your deck or your life and add it to your hand. Then shuffle any areas you looked through. Okay, so he's got easy Dragon Ball searching, and I think being able to search through your life is going to be a big deal, just as far as knowing what you will have access to. And then when there are 7 so it's a normal wish. When there's 7 Dragon Ball cards in your drop area, you get to choose one desire from your drop area, add it to your hand, and flip this card over. Okay. And then he turns into Tiny Warrior Son Goku, which is an interesting transformation, but sure. He's got draw 1 card, choose 1 green or black desire card from your hand with an energy cost less than or equal to your current energy, and activate its activate main skill. Okay. And then his big ability is after you remove all 7 Dragon Balls from the game, you choose 1 card each from your opponent's hand and battle cards and place them in their owner's drop areas. Okay, that's good. And this card gets 15,000. That's not... I don't know. For your wish, Shenron's wish is just so much stronger with a triple attack. But 15,000 is nice. Getting rid of a... I mean, you pop a guy. That's nice. And you get rid of a card. I'm not super sold on that yet, but we'll see. Grandpa Gohan is a 19,000 for 3. He just finds more Grandpa Gohans, it looks like, and gives them double strike and 5,000. So sure, especially since I know there's that big Grandpa Gohan, so that seems like an okay thing to do. Spirited Search Pan, 10,000 for 2. Place this card in your drop area. Choose up to 1 green Super Saiyan Son Goku or Spirited Search Super Saiyan Trunks, which costs a 2 less from you. I can play it. Okay, so you're just playing this, swinging with it like you would the mysterious, I can't remember their name, Gotenks, but not Gotenks. And then you pop it. Hellfighter 17, Evil Revived. It's got Barrier, 15k. Choose up to 1, Super 17. Okay, so it's just a good Union Absorb. It's nice that it has Barrier, so you can kind of do it when you feel like doing it, without having to worry as much. Power Burst. I hate that Power Burst is black. And as far as I know, we don't have any black Roshi leaders. So your leader card is black. You negate the attack, and then choose up to 1 black battle card from your drop area or warp with an energy cost of 1. Add it to your hand. Okay, you can activate this card. So yeah, so it's a really nice free counter. I think it's going to get a lot of play in Announcer because you can Power Burst, and then the card you grab is just one of your Announcer negates. So you can just recycle your Announcer negates, which seems really pretty good to me. We got this 1-drop Krillin. He rests a guy. It's not super impressive. We got this Whis, blocker barrier, 5,000 for 2. Sure. Might as well. Physical Mastery Oob, 3 cost, 19,000. It's got Burst 3. Place card, choose up to 1 of your opponent's battle cards with 15. Okay, so it's just a dude popper. Pops a 15k or less, which is interesting because a lot of the time it's pops a energy cost or less. But it is 2 green, so it's hard to splash. We got a Sparking 5 super combo for blue. I think this one's going to see a lot of play. Infernal Fighter Nappa, blocker, auto, 5k. When this card is placed in your drop area from your deck, if your leader card is green, you may... Okay. So if you burst yourself, basically, you can play your Nappa for 2. That's... I don't know about that. We got Shocking Death Ball. Counterattack negates. Your leader has to be green. It's interesting that your leader doesn't have to be Super 17 based on this picture, because it looks a lot like Revenge Deathball. So it's just a free negate. And choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards with an energy cost of 2 or less and KO it. That seems really solid. And we got an SR. We got Yamcha at 100%. Man, these cards are going to be... I don't know if you can quite tell how intense this shine is, but they're going to be hard to read across the table. So Yamcha here has Activate Main once per turn. He has Burst 5. If your leader card is a red Earthling card, for the duration of the turn, this card gets 6,000 power and can't have its attack negated, and deals 2 damage to your opponent's life when it KOs an opponent's battle card. Wow, that's a whole lot of stuff that it does. That's great. We're going to see that a lot. Well, maybe. We used to see Miraculous Gohan a lot more, and it kind of disappeared, but I think we'll still see it. This Poir can't grab him, right? He's yeah, because he's a 3. World Peace, got another Desire. Has to be for a Shenron. Just play a battle card. That's kind of... I'm sure there's something great to play with it. Probably a... I don't know. Viku, who kind of is a joke. The Fusion Fusion's cool. Fusion Fusion? The Union Fusion is cool, because you can grab some stuff you want. Some Gokus and Vegetas. And draw a card. I mean, that's nice. It's an easy thing to do on turn 1, since you can find all the pieces for it probably pretty easy. Adventurous Son Goku. Just looks for Dragon Balls. He's a pretty cool guy. If you place the Dragon Ball, he all of a sudden becomes a Super Kappa at 20,000 double strike. So that's nice. I don't know how aggro a lot of the Wish leaders are going to be, but if somebody winds up being more aggro, maybe this will be worthwhile. I just don't like giving my opponent 2 cards at the beginning of the game. But you know what, maybe we'll see more of that, because leaders can't awaken, so it's not quite as bad to hit them for 2. We got Shu. Sure, grabs a Mai, plays it. Another 20,000 for 2. This is no longer a rare thing. Dimension Magic. This upset a lot of people when it was first spoiled. So it's a blue negate that is free if you're Spark 5. And you choose 2 blue energy and switch them to active mode. That's nuts. I don't even need to talk about this card. Temporal Rescue Trunks is just a black super combo, Spark 5. Cool. Negotiator Krillin. He's a barrier for 1, 5k. When you combo with him from the battle area, choose up to 1 card in your opponent's combo area and place it. Okay, so it's a 1 barrier 5k that you can Jocko off the field when you want. Oh, no, it's not, because it goes to the owner's drop area. Okay, that is way better. Yeah, okay. So he's a super Jocko, but he has to be on the field so he can get bounced or something if they have something that gets around barrier. South Kai, 15k blocker for 2. We saw another, the Wild Tiger from World Tournament was the first 15k blocker for 2, I believe. I think that's just a new... We can now get 20,000s and 15,000s for 2 energy. After Image Technique is the red free counter, as long as you're sparking 5. And it just gives you like a weird Bizarro Death Ball, right? It gives you 40,000 power for the turn, and gives one of their battle cards minus 10 for the turn. And sorry, the 40,000 is for the duration of the battle. The 10,000 minus 10,000 is for the duration of the turn. So it could go with some baby stuff. It also, I mean, just being able to go up 40,000 might be what lets you not die from a victory strike off of Goku. So I think this will at least see play in sideboards. Full Surveillance Jocko. Yep. It's the yellow super combo. Cool. And then Super Saiyan Vegeta, no holding back. More GT Vegeta. Double Strike Barrier, Sparking 5, 20,000. When you play him, you get to pop a bad guy. That's cool. I'm still not really sure about the Vegeta GT stuff in green, because the only thing I really want to do with it is try to force it into a baby deck, and trying to play this guy in baby is a mistake because he's a 4-drop with 2 green pips. But maybe one day. Go to our next pack. I see shiny things, so that's a good start. Okay. Oh, we got a God pack. Okay, so Resolute Strength Son Goku. Man, we're going to see a lot of stuff here. So evolves off a Goku with energy cost of 2 or more. That's kind of interesting. Usually it's a little more severe of a cost than that. Barrier, Burst 5, and then a wall of text. So when a Goku evolves into this, you get to Self-Awakening for 1, choose one of your opponent's battle cards with 2 or less, ignoring Barrier, and place it at the bottom of its deck. And then choose up to 1 Deadly Defender Vegeta from your deck or drop area and play it. Okay, sure. And then shuffle your deck. That seems pretty good. The Burst 5... none of this is a big deal. It's a 20,000 with a barrier. You can get out for 1 energy. That's done. Dragon Radar. I think everybody has already been pretty excited for Dragon Radar. It's pretty... seems like it'll probably be a staple if you're playing any of the Shenron decks. So you can look at the top 7, choose up to a total of 2 Dragon Ball or Desire cards and add them to your hand and shuffle your deck. Or you can grab those same things from your drop. So... it's good. We got some Gorilla Gokus for an Evolve 2, but he only evolves specifically off a red Sun Goku with an energy cost of 1. But he's a 15k crit, and you can gobble up your friends to go back to active mode, so that's neat. Got another no holding back. We already saw him. Got a Phantom Strike Janemba. Man, these shinies are so hard to read. When he's sent to... we already got one of these too. Deadly Defender, Angry Goku. But not Goku Black, just the other Angry Goku. So during your opponent's turn, if your leader card is black and this card is in rest mode, your opponent's cards can't attack leader cards. Okay, so he's the every color got basically a Vegito, and he's the black one. I didn't realize it was this guy. And then, of course... the red version, which is exactly the same, except it's red. Which is interesting that there's a... It's interesting the black one is so easy to play because it doesn't have a specified cost. Sure, it still requires a black leader, but that's a big difference between a specified cost of 2 and a specified cost of 0. Spirited Search Super Saiyan Trunks. If you're healthy, if you still have 5 or more life, he grabs up to 2 Dragon Balls. That's really good. And then he can once per turn, if you're hurt, if you're at 4 or less life, he can grab Desires from your drop and add them to your hand. That's cool. So we got Supreme Evil Janemba. He's the, this is the one that, so you've got Burst 2, draws you a card, which is pretty good if you're using your burst for something, which you certainly are with all the good sparking stuff, and he's even got sparking on the back. When this card attacks, draw 1 card, and this card gets 5,000 power and critical. Great. And then choose 1 card in your hand and place it in the drop area. And during your turn, when your opponent activates counterplay, they choose 3 cards from their hand and place them in the drop area. Okay, so it really punishes counterplay, so nobody's going to want to Crusher Ball you. That is great. I'm sure this later we'll see some play somewhere. Again, we got the Vegito of yellow. Okay, Infernal Chain Janemba is 25,000. This is a great looking card. Critical, when you play him, you can't play him again for the duration of the turn. Okay, sure. He's got Sparking 10, which is starting to get pretty big. You're pretty much not playing any Overrealm if you're trying to go for Sparking 10. Place this card at the bottom of its owner's deck. If your leader is an Evil Incarnate card, that's pretty specific. Choose up to one Janemba card from your war with an energy cost of 4 and play it. Okay, great. So okay, sure. So he's just coming out swinging and grabbing another Janemba, and that Janemba's coming out and swinging. And we got Frieza back from hell. Only one. There's an interesting thing here with only one can be played. That one can be only played once per turn. This one is just once per battle area, period. So once per turn, you can choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards in rest mode, ignoring barrier. And it can't switch to active mode until the start of your next turn. Sure, that's pretty good. And then Sparking 7. If your opponent has 7 or more cards in rest mode, that's unlikely. And your opponent is a yellow Shenron, and this card is in rest mode, deal 1 damage to your opponent. Okay, that is very specific. I don't know if that's going to happen too often. But, you know what? Maybe that's the way to make it so somebody doesn't want their veggie package to go off. Although I don't really see that as a huge threat anymore. But maybe we'll have other things that are similar. But you know, there was that green Krillin that kind of just wants to sit out on the field. And if there's a lot of stuff that kind of just wants to sit out on the field, I can see you actually getting to that 7 number you need. So now we're going to look at the Shenron deck. I really love the Shenron leader. The look of him is great. I'm going to open him off screen for a second, just because it's easier. This guy has lots of people scared because his wish power is so good. And I don't think they're wrong. I think he is going to be really good. Because you can just play him with so many things. Anything that wants to swing 3 times, which, I don't know if you know, is most of the cards in the game that are above, like, an energy cost of 5. And even before that, even if you just had... Well, I'll show them to you. So, his third wish power here is choose one of your battle cards and it gains 10,000 power and triple attack. So it gets to attack 3 times, right? If you just did that with a Saiyan Kaba, for 1 energy, you could drop a Saiyan Kaba and give him triple attack. And the first time he swings, because it's not a once per turn ability, it stays, his auto goes off every time he swings. So you can just swing once with him, bump him to 15, but now he's at 25. So 25 double. And the next time you swing, it's 35 double. And the next time you swing, it's 45 double. And that's a 1 energy card. So I'm sure you can come up with something that you can use Shenron with, right? So the downside to Shenron, or the Dragon Balls, is that they can't attack. But I don't think that's a huge deal. They just choose up to 2 Dragon Balls from your deck. They're really quick to get the Dragon Balls, but they can't attack. So you're going to have problems with big aggro decks that want to just hit you, because you can't swing back at those 5k Kabas or Trunkses or Gohans. The first ST is Shenron Figure of Majesty, and again, these Shenron cards look awesome. He can't attack either, but every turn, sparking 5, you can draw a card, good already, and choose up to 2 of your energy and switch them to active mode, fantastic. Choose 1 battle card with an energy cost of 2 or less from your drop and play it, fantastic. Or choose your leader card or one of your battle cards and it gains 5,000 and critical for the duration of the turn. That's nuts. This guy's awesome. The only downside to him I can see is that he costs 4, which is, you know, a lot of decks want to be killing you by then. And he doesn't by himself kill anybody. And again, if you're using this leader, your leader can't kill anybody. So you've just got a whole lot of stuff that doesn't kill anybody. However, I think both of these cards will go to great use. They'll just be dependent on the other things you play. So one of our other STs here is Dimensional Warrior Son Goku. He's got Double Strike, Barrier, he's 20,000, Sparking 7, when you play him, you choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards and send it to the warp. Pretty great. Again, the only downside is that he's 4, but he actually could end a game with double strike barrier and 20k, and that he's getting rid of a guy. Because he could get rid of a blocker even, if you needed to try to end the game. We got another ST in Vegeta, Returned from Darkness. He's got critical, he's 19,000, he's that weird 19,000 number. But he's got critical and then burst 5. When you play this card, if they have 11 or more cards in hand, they have to go down to 10. I don't know how useful this is going to be. People like Krillin or Trunks or U7 Frieza might be drawing enough cards to where you actually get to knock out some cards with this. But I just don't feel like anybody is too pained by going down to 10 cards. But I might be really wrong about that. Mega Focus Son Goku is burst 3. For the duration of the turn, he gets 5,000 power and can attack battle cards in active mode. That's pretty good. For 2, I'll take it. There's not a lot that has similar effects at 2. You don't get this until 3 when you hit Glory Obsessed and Impeccable. We got these 1-drop Son Gokus. They're the guys that are going to evolve into our gorilla we got. They're just little vanilla 10Ks. Fine. More 20,000 for 2, but it's Yamcha. Because obviously Yamcha would be one of the first 20,000 for 2 cards. More Puar. So Puar is, I assume, grabbing this Yamcha. Scheming Oolong. Okay, so if Oolong's Wish is in your drop, you get to draw 2. That seems okay. Him being a 2-drop is kind of not... I would prefer him be less energy and less power and just give cards. But I get it. That would maybe be too good. Oolong's Wish is you get to minus 5,000 from something and draw a card. So that's... I don't see that being incredibly useful, but only because your leader card has to be Shenron. If this was, you know, anytime I see minus 5,000, I'm always excited to try it in a baby deck, but obviously this stuff doesn't work with baby, so that's why I'm not super into it. Dragon Ball Seeker Bulma. Choose up to 1 Dragon Ball, place in your drop. Cool, got it. Finds Dragon Balls. The new Kami. He's got Deflect. When you play him, draw a card. Okay, so he's a board wipe. That's kind of nuts. But they have to have 4 or more guys in play. So again, it's like another thing where I feel like the idea is to kill all those free blockers, or like the veggie package, which also has free blockers. I don't... People are just going to sit at 3 guys out with cards like this out. But you might be able to pull it over on them once when they don't know you're playing Kami, because you could play him in whatever color. It's not like he's hard to play. He costs 1 and then it's 2, so you could easily even try to Sensu Bean into it if they dropped a really early Kaba. Temporal Rescue Trunks, we already saw a bunch of him. We already saw Power Burst. Then we got the Dragon Balls. The Dragon Balls are just draw 1. That's it. And you can play 7 of them. Great. Pretty good. World Peace we already saw. So that is the Shenron leader starter and a couple of booster packs. And I think it's cool we pulled a God pack, because obviously you didn't know that was going to happen. That was just luck of the draw. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.